What's up everyone? In today's video I'm gonna show you the progress we've made on the Agrusia mug, on the castle mug. So come with me, I'll show you this. We'll start by the simple stuff. We'll start by all of the small stuff. So let's start by showing you first the mushroom village. Here it is, the mushroom village. So there are at the moment 4 mushroom house. Can show this one. So this is one of the first that we've made. Of course, Amanitsumush, it's called in French. It's the classic red mushroom, red and white mushroom. Could have put white dots on the top, however we didn't. So yeah, mushroom house for this one with squirrel on top. It's really important to add life elements on the mud, so like wild animals and stuff like this. Of course, there are a couple trees. There is the purple one with some diamonds on top. Small blue one, dark blue, better than blue. As a color, I prefer dark blue, and it's not like dark red. It doesn't break. It looks a lot like dark red, but it's not like dark red. This piece doesn't break. There is, of course, the yellow one. So, mushroom village with a little pond in there, some huge crystals. I know that this is one of the people's favorite part on bricklaying. So, huge crystal, gigantic crystal, really cool looking. I know that the Lego one is like that, you see, but we opted for building it like this. But the Lego one are like that to stick them next to other bricks. So what is there too in that part? There is some people recognize this. This is the promotion of the Forestman Hideout that they've made a couple of years ago. Pretty cool. It was a remake of an already existing mug. There is, of course, trees that I'm currently building. The spider just fell from the tree, so I just need to put it back. So these are trees that I build. I showed you in a short video in a previous. Oh, I'll just re-put the mushroom back there. Oh, the tree is falling. So these are especially complicated trees. When you look inside, I'll show you. With the other one, it will be simpler. I don't want this to break down. Just look at the interior technique. So you see that piece? It's a technique piece to put some axle in there to build on the tree side. So these are special trees. There's, of course, this square tree. It looks a bit like a Minecraft tree. I know that people have made these comments in previous videos. I'm really proud of this tree, though. I think it mimics really well a birch tree. There is this siege tower that we already made an in-depth video of this siege tower. However, well, I'm really happy with the results. It looks really wooden with this like battling ram, a lot of archers. The mechanism is working. So I think it's really like intimidating. You see this approaching to your base and well, you shit in your pants if you're defending a base. So this is the medieval house. Great house that we built. I just built that little fence. I need to make it better because this long piece is not connected. Yeah, maybe I'll add a second one, like smaller one over there and a third one over there. Of course, there is the garden area, lots of stuff. There's a siege army, Lion Knight army that they are coming from there. You can view it from there. Just take a look at the house from that point of view. How is this looking, folks? Just look at the windows. With the top, a lot of people were asking me how I made this top. Really, it's randomness. This is like the medieval blacksmith, however, more random with like wings pieces, tile pieces. There is this window too that I'm really proud of the results. It looks like some church window, I think, and old windows. There's this big tree. Same technique as the other one, however, bigger tree. There's, of course, this huge church slash cathedral, gold and white. Let me know if these are colors that you like put together. I think they're pretty good colors when put together. Like the color scheme, folks. The color scheme is really important. There is, of course, other houses, towers, and medieval houses over there. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's some kind of mountain area with a mine under, with a huge tower on top. So there is a mine. And yeah, I'll keep the castle for the end of the video. For you folks to stick up to that moment. This is a reward at the end of the video. Of course, you can fast forward, but just take a look at all of this. So we will build a winery over there. So this is the reason why there are grapes over there. Broken castle. We might rebuild a part of this area with some haunted witch house with monsters hidden in the pond. There is, of course, some small forest area separating this area from the other. We like the ambience of this. There is, of course, this crimson tree that I need to add somewhere. It's really fragile, though. Maybe I'll rebuild it a lot stronger. However, this is a problem with Lego. Sometimes you want to build like solid stuff, but when you build solid stuff, you sacrifice a part of style because you need to take into consideration that you need to add a lot of more solid parts, so you can't have really fragile designs, but sometimes more original one. So this is like the place in front of the castle. I really like the plants. It looks like really a forest with cattails in the water, ducks, and like mushroom plants. I really like the vibe that this is giving. So the stairs, the main stairs, climbing up to this castle, which is the central piece of this huge mug. It's not nearly over though. We need to be adding a lot of great details. I'll show you the pattern with the rock work. Just take a look at this. So that part is one of my favorite. Now there is the side with the murder holes and the details, with the Nexonite shield, which was like 2020's most used Lego piece. I think this might be outdated because a lot less people are using Nexonite shields right now, but I still think that's it's one of the most useful pieces when building a castle. Just look at this. This is obviously based on the blacksmith house. Over there with the garden. Now this is the main door. How awesome is this, folks? So now this tower using Jordan's corner wall. This technique. And sorry for the camera movement, I'm on my phone, but I need to buy a better camera really soon. If the channel grows, folks. Not gonna invest in $1,000 cameras and accessories. If I'm not making anything with this, I'm gonna bring this to the expo. However, I want people to tell me comments about what I can improve with this. So of course there is the medieval crane. This is the most recent big addition, I would say. Like it's lifting weights and carrot boxes. So this is the internal view of the castle. There is of course practice dummies. Lots of plants. There is the blacksmith over there. Lots of stuff going on. There is, of course, the top section with archers. Here's this part 2. This with the Black Falcon glass, stained glass. And this is the main entrance. The door was something to make. I had a lot of trouble making those doors. However, I'm really proud of the result. Pretty happy with how this is looking. So now there is the Magician's Tower, one of the last addition too. Rising up from the ground with some top mimicking a magician's sorcerer / hat. With some rod at the top to gain that thunder power. So I would say that for now, this is the bigger mug, the biggest mug that we've made. It's of course a whole diorama of castle stuff. But what we plan to do is pursuing other mugs at the moment. By the way, these are the figures that we need to be adding in that mug. So there are a lot of them. We need to add the Arabian stuff, the Viking stuff, the other houses, and like look at this Black Falcon, Rest of Army, and Dragon Knight, and like a Fantasy Era Knight, Crown Knight, and everything. We need to be adding all of those dragons, huge spiders, Life on Mars spaceship. Why is it there? I don't know. A lot of skeleton, maybe a big skeleton army somewhere. I don't know. We'll be adding all of this in the mug someday. So thank you, folks. That's about it for today. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great day whenever you watch this video. Your previous comments in the last videos, the tank ones, the Quebec flag one, Vive le Québec libre, are really appreciated. So thanks, folks.